I've been a bit of a naughty boy. So when I buy a new van, I usually go through all the maintenance stuff, check the oil, the water, the filters, and I usually go through the brakes. Now this has been on the road for about a year. The brakes aren't as sharp as they should be. I don't think so anyway. And I have never actually looked at the brakes since I bought it. Bad boy. So today we're replacing front brake pads with some nice shiny new ones and just making sure generally that all front brakes are working as they should be. Let's do it. That's not a good start. Pop the wheel underneath. It might save your life if you're not using jack stands, and it's going to come in handy in a little bit. We're going to be removing the brake caliper housing, which is this big chunky section here. It's held on with two 13mm bolts, one at the top, one at the bottom, and they go into a sliding pin which is in this section here. To hold this steady you'll need a 17mm spanner on this nut at the same time. In my experience they'll tend to be a bit seized up, so get yourself some penetrating oil. I'm using Deep Creep at the minute and it works pretty good. I will link to it below in the description, as I do with everything. Give it a few minutes. You probably have trouble getting a 17mm on this. You may have to tap it on gently with a hammer and keep your fingers crossed. Come on. Oh, excellent. These bolts from the factory, I believe, were kind of a locking bolt. They had like a nylon locking agent on the actual threads, so I think you were supposed to replace them with new ones each time, which you could probably do. It's probably recommended. If you're going to be reusing them, you want to make sure you use Loctite on them when you put them back in, so they don't come loose. They're only torqued up to 26 foot-pounds, which isn't a huge amount, and you don't want them coming off. Alright, let's see if this comes off with a bit of brute force. Nope. Once it's off, whoopsie-daisy, pop it down on your spare wheel below. So comparing the new pads and the old ones, they only look about 20% worn. So you could, if you were doing this, just keep these on there and keep rolling. However, now it's all off, you've got a bit of maintenance to do. You've got these four kind of pads here where the pads are retained. Get some coarse sandpaper, emery paper, and give them a good old clean and make sure they're nice and smooth and rust free. Do your very best not to breathe any of this dust, however. I don't think it's very good for you. Just balancing the housing on top of the disc. You also want to clean these two pad sections here and around the piston to make sure there's no rust there as well. Now if you're going to be replacing the pads, you're going to want to push this piston back in, but give it a clean before you do that. It just saves damaging the seal once the piston's been pushed back in. Check your seal's good as well. If it's cracked and split, you're going to get water behind and it's just going to cause rust issues, which in turn will cause problems with the seal if you did push it back in. Just going to clear any crust off. A bit crunchy down this side. Be careful of your seal again with a wire brush if you're using one. Excellent. Now this next bit can be a little bit tricky, so because I'm using new pads, I've got to push the piston back into the cylinder bore. Now if you're reusing the original pads, you may get away with not having to do that. But say I'm putting new pads on, so I need to create a bigger gap. Now using twin piston calipers and stuff in the past, I just jammed something between them and prise them apart. So we shall try the same with the old pads because I don't need these anymore. Let's see if a Jimmy bar will do it. Oop. It was going though, it was going. There she goes. If you're struggling to get it back in with basic tools like I just showed you, you may want to consider something like this, which is a brake caliper piston rewind tool. Now this particular one my father got at an auction, cheap as chips, because it was missing all its bits. So basically I found if I take the end part off, chuck a bar on here, I made a little plate for it. And it works an absolute treat. Now I'm assuming if you buy one that's complete, it will work in a similar fashion, rather than a DIY job like that. I could have gone all the way in with the wrecking bars. I just left it stuck out a bit so I could finish off with this just to show you how it works. But piston in, rock and roll. Just to know, if you're pushing the piston back in, you're going to be pushing fluid back through the system. So if you've recently filled up the brake fluid reservoir, which is behind the clocks on the dashboard, you may end up with an overflow, so just be wary. Copper grease time. This is my new favourite stuff. I will link to it below again as always. You want to put a bit of little thin film wherever the pads are in contact. So on the back of these ears, around the piston. Don't go too wild, you don't want to get in everywhere, certainly don't want it in your brakes and your pads. And you want to do the back half of these pad sections here. Don't get too close to the disc because you don't want oil on there. Because of where the metal is on the pad, going any closer to the disc is kind of pointless anyway. Wipe off any excess. Assuming your disc is still within wear tolerance, you may have a lip around this outside edge where the disc hasn't been in contact with the pad and it's not worn. You can actually get an angle grinder with a disc on and just take the edge off there if you wanted to do that to make it nice and flush again. But when it's like this, it shouldn't be an issue. Now you can do this next bit before you put the copper grease on or afterwards. Just be careful if you've already got grease on there. Get a bit of brake cleaner. Make sure there's no grease and debris on the actual disc itself. I'm actually using carb cleaner, that's all I've got today. But it should do. On the back half you'll have to do it in the gap here, which is why if you've got grease on you have to be careful. Before you go any further, just make sure your slide pins are working properly. I should have done this earlier really. And the boots aren't split. If they're stuck or grinding, they either want fixing or replacing and a re-grease, just to make sure everything's moving freely. It's very important. Some of the gloves off this, I don't want to get any oil contamination anywhere. Just carefully put your pads back in place, or brand new ones. Make sure your springs are pointing up. And lift the housing back on top. You have to push the slide pins in just to get it over. Because I'm reusing the bolts, I've just degreased them with the same spray used on the discs. You want to get some thread lock. Pop a little blob on there, you don't need to go too crazy. Pop your bolts in. Oh, first time, rock and roll. The second one will be a bit stiffer, so maybe we're doing the bottom one first. It's because of the springs on the pads. It shouldn't be much trouble just to push it into place. There we go. Pop your 17mm spanner back on. Usually a bit easier once you've done it once before. There we go. These bolts want tying into 26 foot-pounds. If you've not got a torque wrench, that's a good nip. Don't go swinging though. Well, I was wrong. I've got a little bit of a bind. It's this lip that's catching on the pad, I believe. So I've got the angle grinder and a flappy pad, flappy disc. We're just going to clean this lip off on the outside edge. On the inside edge, I've actually got access on this van because the splash guard is actually rotted away. So I've got access to the outer edge of it. Normally you wouldn't be able to get access there. You'd have to do it before you assemble everything, because the only place where you can access the back of the disc is behind here. So yeah, so word of warning, if you're doing this and you've got a bit of a lip like I have, you need to do this section, this part, and grind it off before you assemble everything. If you want to avoid the trouble I had getting these wheel bolts off, dab a copper grease. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Next video on this van is going to be the rear brake shoes. Hope that helps. Take care. Bye bye.